Good morning, everyone. I am Cass from Simply Thermo with Cass. Don't mind me. I am not my usual bubbly self. I am tired and just meh today. All right. Even the coffee hasn't helped. But today's recipe inspiration class is, or my pantry stretch series, which will be coming to an end soon. Today is about honey. So we all have that jar of honey. Sometimes we even have a couple of jars because we've forgotten that we have the other jar, or we could be bothered looking, whichever it is. I have uses for honey. So, there's the standard stuff we already know. We can stir it into our tea or coffee, our hot chocolate. We can add it to smoothies instead of sugar. I actually add it. There's a cookadoo recipe called fruit ice cream, which is similar to the fruity dream, but instead of sugar, I use honey, and the kids use that as like a kid-friendly acai bowl or just a fun little breakfast treat. You can also mix it with lemon and warm water, as we already know, to help with sore throats. And now that we are in cold and flu season, it is really great for that. What I didn't know is that you can actually use it in bread dough for softer crumbs and better browning, which I didn't know because I make a lot of bread and I did not even think about that. You can also use it in things like face masks, hair treatments, furniture polish, all those sorts of things. So the two recipes we're going to do today is a hoisin honey barbecue sauce, so you get kind of an idea of, because usually when we think of sauces with honey, we think of honey soy, right? I do not think about other things. So that's why I thought the hoisin honey barbecue sauce would be great because I love barbecue sauce. I do like those sweeter sauces. I love hoisin sauce, but I didn't even think to put them both together. So the other thing we're going to do is our honey lip scrub, which is about 250 grams, and it's literally just honey, coconut oil, and brown sugar, which is why I've got brown sugar on my spatula and a little bit still in my bowl, is because the kids demolished it eating porridge. So I had to make some more. So we'll get started with that. Um, you know, and it can also be used for like fermented garlic, things like that. So let's get started because this is going to be a quick one today. We're going to start off with the lip scrub because, as I said, I've got the brown sugar in there. So the honey lip scrub that I've done is a created recipe, which means at the moment it does not have a picture because I haven't made it yet. So with created recipes, and yes, I know AI is bad and all this sort of thing. With my ChatGPT, I don't put in a lot of personal details. It's mainly just cooking. So, I mean, if they want to use my recipes against me, sue me. Okay. So basically, yeah. So this is one I use with the help of ChatGPT, which honestly I don't know why I needed that because I make lip scrubs all the time, based on another business that I did try and get started. So yeah, so I've got pure Australian honey here, which is not as full as I'd like it to be, but again, porridge. As well as a new thing I didn't realize you could do on your created recipes, which we'll go through I'll do in another video pretty much. So I've also put in the benefits, little notes, tips, and fun facts, as well as safety note at the end in the notes section. So if that does not come across to you when you get the recipe, please let me know and I can send you all that so you can add it as a copy and paste straight into the recipe. All right, so let's get started. So we're doing the honey lip scrub. So because it is a created recipe, you will have this little note come up about enjoy cooking this user created recipe. All right. It's not an official Thermomix recipe. It's a recipe that I have created with the help of ChatGPT and put into my created recipes. Now, as I've said, if you do not add the measurements into the steps, you will only get this, which means you'll have to keep jumping out into the scales for your measurements. Whereas now that I've figured out that little hack, which I will show you, I might show you on my iPad actually because the phone's recording. It comes up as individual. So we've got 100 grams of honey. Hopefully I've got enough honey for both recipes. If not, that'll be all right. I have a feeling we're going to anyway. A little bit extra. Come on. Oh, we may not. All right. 100 grams of honey. So as it is a creator recipe, they won't auto tick off. So you will need to tick the box yourself. 100 grams of brown sugar. I think this is about 103, but who doesn't love a little bit extra exfoliation, hey? But once you auto tick off, do remember that it will still tear the scales for the next ingredient. Yeah, 103. All right, so then we're going to tick it off, and it's re-teared it. And 50 grams of coconut oil. And if you try and get, well, no, if you get the ingredients around the blade, not on top of the blade, it is better for them to be a lot easier distributed rather than trying to get ingredients off the blade, which I'm still going to have to do. All right. So, come on. Do you think I can get it on there? Oh, yeah, I did it. Woo! All right. Who else gets joy from making sure you get like right on the dot? All right, let's get that brown sugar off the blade, middle of the blade. All right, handy dandy stand. So we're going to take it off, go to next. So it's going to mix it for 10 seconds on speed 3. All right. So I'm going to tick that off and go next. Claims it's all done. So this is what it looks like. Hang on, let's come around. Oh, hang on, I just get the liquid is obviously going to separate from it a bit. I'll try and show you as best as I can. But that's basically what it is. It's kind of like a paste, I guess. I might just make sure that is really thick. The paste part of it. That's your oil. If you've seen the lip scrubs, they do have the oil that separates. It's just to keep it moist and yeah. Coconut oil is generally there for the moisturizing aspect of it. Alrighty. A little bit full. So what I'm going to do, skip some of that out, only because I'm going to put more in another jar. All right. So that is your lip scrub. And all you would do is, I generally like to mix it, but you generally just grab a bit and scrub it on your lips as an exfoliant. All righty, where'd my cloth go? So that was a quick and easy lip scrub. Saved you spending tons of money at the shops. I know that my lips get dry a fair bit, so yeah. Now I'm going to swap over bowls. Alrighty. And watch my spatula. So our next one, which is hopefully, which actually I did not get the shallots ready for, if I even have any left, but we'll see. All right, so that one is done. Look how quick and easy that was. And that was just a lip scrub. So our next one, we go back into my planner. So I'll have to cut up some shallot. Ooh. Naughty now. All right. So we're going to put that over there. So we're going to start that one. So we're going to place 60 grams of shallots cut into pieces. Don't forget, put that in. I forgot my rubbish bowl. And then, a rubbish bowl, and I have my onion skin bowl that sits on top of my microwave. So those of you who know me or have spoken to me know that I recycle all my skins from my onions. Now I do not keep this shiny part of the skin. Okay, so that'll go into my rubbish or my compost. Well, that part will go into my compost later, but right now we're just going to put them in the bowls. All right, cut into pieces. So still going to need that onion. So I always cook with onions. Most of the Thermomix recipes have onions. So this is my next batch of onion powder to go. Yeah. Alrighty, so we need 60 grams. I'm just going to throw in the rest of it. There's only a little bit left. Alrighty. Tick that off. Our 2 garlic cloves. Now I don't have sesame oil, so we're going to use peanut oil instead, and we need 15 grams. The onions are still out. Whew. Right, press next. So now it's going to chop it. Press next. So scrape down the sides of the mixing bowl with the spatula. So before I do that, that's what it looks like. So who else is a honey fan and uses it for everything? Anyway. Okay, that's good to start. All right. And now it's going to cook it. As I was saying, is there uses that you have for honey that I haven't mentioned or haven't thought of? I'd love to hear everyone's intake. Intake? Yeah. I'm so frazzled today, honestly. So it's going to cook for 3 minutes. Trying to stay out of the steam a bit now that it's setting off my eyes. But yeah, so my kids like to drizzle it through their porridge. As I said, I like to use it as a sugar substitute. For some reason, that really gets me. I really love that one. Yeah. So, and the great thing is, the Thermomix really does help with coming up with creative ideas. Yes, we have access to over 100,000 recipes in Cookadoo. No, it does not mean that we are limited to just those recipes, because we have the option to create recipes and add recipes. And with the help of like ChatGPT and AI and things like that these days, it's so easy to convert recipes from standard to Thermomix and add it to your recipe creation, like your created recipes. I spend a lot of time creating my own recipes and doing that sort of thing and converting recipes. My biggest one is my cathedral windows, which is a cream-based dessert. So, yeah, if you've ever wondered whether it's just because, yes, the Thermomix is a lifelong investment. It's just, it opens you up to a lot more things. Um, it helps with your health and just getting more creative. There are a lot of recipes that I would never have touched before I got my Thermomix. And at the moment, our trade up deal is doing really well, and it's the perfect opportunity to trade in either a corded appliance or your old Thermomixes and upgrade to the 7, and just to see how much easier it can be for you. All right, so we've got 18 seconds left. Mm. And for those who may not know me, a lot of my content is based around the cooking part, because the cooking is my passion. It has been prior to Thermomix. I was a self-taught home cook. And I do really like trying to find new things to make, like stretching ingredients, scrappy cooking, which is what I call it. So my onion powder is scrappy cooking, and just getting the most out of what you have at home to save you money, because our grocery bill went from, I think, almost $200 a week, and now we're at about 120, but half the time we're not spending that much. All right, so we're moving on. Whew. Always remember to open the lid up away from you. Don't worry, I've done it too, and I've burnt myself multiple times. So we're doing 115 grams of hoisin sauce, which might be a long while. Do do do. Do do do. 57. Now it slows down because I'm not doing that. So yeah, for those that don't know, these ridges on the bottoms of your bottles, if you have another bottle that does that, by doing that, it actually makes the liquid come out quicker. Little home hack. All right, so 115 grams of honey. We'll see. This one will obviously come out a lot quicker. This will probably be the last of my honey. That's all right. So here's one more. We're going to go over with this one. Yes. So all I'm going to do later is put some yogurt and milk through that with some blended up fruit and turn it into a smoothie for the kids later. All right. 85 grams of tomato sauce, not ketchup. All right. Okay. Next one is 60 grams of Chinese cooking wine. So it has 60 grams of rice wine vinegar. I don't have rice vinegar. So the closest substitutions was either white vinegar, white wine vinegar, or lemon juice. So we've got white wine vinegar. 60 grams of that. All right, then we've got 30 grams of soy sauce. All right, sriracha. Again, I don't have sriracha, but I have some peri peri sauce because I don't, it's usually my husband that has these. So we got 15 grams of that. All right, so then we've got 5 spice powder. Oh, I didn't even check if we had that. Yes. Yes, we do. How much do we need? Quarter teaspoon. All right, let's go. It's going to be way more than a quarter teaspoon, but that's all right. Okay, tick it off. Okay, next. So it's going to cook for 23 minutes. Just play. So then obviously we're going to transfer it to a jar with airtight lid, seal and cool before refrigerating. And then it says to consume within the given time. I don't know what the given time is, but we'll put set as current step. It's not going to do that right now. So that is 400, that'll make 450 grams of Hoisin honey barbecue sauce. I'll see if it's in the tips. So tips, use sauce to marinate, grill, or to base your protein of choice. Then it tells you instructions on how to prepare your jar. So that's going to cook. I'm not going to make you wait around for that, but I will post the end results to my socials at Simply Thermo with Cass on either Facebook and Instagram, and we'll go from there. But they're just two of the many uses that you can do with honey. So is our lip scrub and our barbecue sauce. That doesn't limit you, but I will be trying that honey in your bread dough because, I mean, softer crumb and better browning, that could only be good things, right? But apart from that, thank you for anyone who did join me today, and I will be looking forward to our next class in a fortnight. I don't know how many more of the pantry stretch I'm going to do. I think next fortnight we're going to do canned beans. I did chickpeas last fortnight, but then we're going to go over into what I originally wanted to start doing, which is our Cookadoo's Secrets class, which will go more in depth on creating recipes and converting recipes and things like that. If that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, please come along and join. If you can't make it on the day, they will be posted to YouTube under Simply Thermo with Cass as well. But apart from that, have a wonderful Tuesday, everybody, and we'll see you soon.